What's more funny about how we doing this evening? Oh, we can do better than that. It's Saturday night. What's more funny about how we doing this evening? It's Valentine's Day. Let's spread the love. Come on now. It's great to be here tonight. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting live comedy. We really appreciate it. We got a heck of a lineup for you tonight. We got Amy Shanker in the building. Make some noise for Amy. I'm going to kick things off for us. For those of you who have not seen me before, my first name is Clay. Last name is Beyersdorfer, which for those of you counting at home is 12 letters, 4 syllables, and 1 number away from being a Wi-Fi password. Feel free to use it. It's great to be here tonight, though. I love doing bigger shows like this. One time I performed in front of only one person, actually got booed, which was pretty sad. Other than that, though, therapy's been going really well. Doctors say we're making real progress, so that's been good. It's great to be back in St. Louis, though. I just recently got back from Texas doing a couple of shows, which are pretty fun. I knew I had arrived in Texas when I heard a man at the airport yell out, "Don't mess with Texas!" Really loud, which was both fun and confusing for me. Fun because I think it's great just how much pride people have living in the state of Texas. Confusing because he was standing at the urinal next to me, so not really sure what was going on there. Whatever it takes, though, am I right, fellas? This guy knows what I'm talking about. He's peed before. With that hat, for sure. Everybody having a good day today? Well, I'm not, so quit bragging about it. I know it was a bad day because I had soup for lunch. You ever notice how soup only sounds good whenever you're sick or depressed? You know, nobody's ever like, "Hey, I just got promoted. Let's celebrate with minestrone." Or, "Hey, babe, don't wait up tonight. The boys and I are going out for bisque. Things could get a little crazy." Greg said he might even bring some gazpacho, so who knows what time I'll be home. Nobody ever plans for soup either, you know? It just kind of happens to you. It's the only food where afterward you think, this could have been an email. Don't get anything out of this. I don't know what you guys are thinking, looking at me, you know, saying, who does this guy think he is? You know, too good for soup? And what's he eating that makes him so great? It's called chili, which is just soup with confidence. Chili's what happens when soup starts going to therapy and believing in itself. Soup is apologetic. Chili is a celebration. Chili's what happens when soup finally gets the courage to stand up and say, "I'm thick and I'm proud." It's the only food that tastes like self-esteem. It's delicious. I just recently moved back to the city, which has been fun. Because now I can walk to get my fentanyl. Which was an issue before. I love living in St. Louis, but I always enjoy telling people I'm from St. Louis. Mostly because they look at me like they're watching one of those sad Sarah McLachlan commercials every time I do. I have to remind people all the time and say, look, St. Louis is a great city to live in. But for just $1 a day, you can make it better. Give the people of St. Louis what they need. A decent public transportation system, a functioning downtown, and maybe, just maybe, an NFL team that doesn't leave. Donate today. It's great to be here tonight with you guys, though, doing comedy. It's a great job. I used to work in construction, which was a lot of fun. I learned a lot while working in construction, specifically 2 things. Number 1, you're going to make a lot of mistakes in your life. And number 2, whoever hired me must have learned that lesson the hard way. Because I was not very good at construction. Which is ironic because based on your guys' reaction, I totally just nailed that joke. So, in your face, Dad. Probably my favorite job that I've ever had, though, is being in the military. I am a U.S. Army veteran. Thank you. I spent 6 years in the military, did 2 deployments overseas. People ask me all the time what it's like being deployed, and honestly, it's a really tough question to answer, to be honest with you guys. Because what am I supposed to say? What's it like being completely removed from friends and family, cut off from the rest of the civilized world? You guys, it frickin' rocks. Okay? You know how much stuff I got out of whenever I was deployed? And sure, there was the whole terrorism thing. But you know what didn't suck? Not having to mow the grass. Because there was none. Not having to sit in traffic. Because there was none. Not having to pay my bills. Because I forgot. It's literally the best. Can't beat time spent in Afghanistan. That's what I always say. Best country in the world. I just have to feel bad. I'm still here. You guys are cool. Can I do a few dark jokes before I let you go? Cool with that? All right. Famous last words. I am a veteran, though. I'm actually a disabled veteran, believe it or not. I was blown up by a suicide bomber in Afghanistan in 2014. It left me with a pretty traumatic brain injury and partial deafness in my right ear, but if you think that's bad, you should see the other guy. I'm just glad you guys got that joke. Sometimes you get bombed harder than he did. Now, don't you get quiet on me now, Westport Funny Bone. Your tax dollars paid for that one. Hang in there. I'm glad that you guys got that joke, though, because not everybody does. I gotta be honest with you. In fact, I had a man tell me one time just how much he hated that joke. But before I tell you that story, I think it's important for you all to understand just exactly what happened to me on that fateful day in Afghanistan. We were out on a mission delivering medical supplies to a small village when a man drove his car off a nearby road and detonated a trunk full of explosives about 50 feet from where I was standing. The blast knocked me out cold. I woke up the next day barely able to remember a thing. For those of you trying to imagine what that feels like, just think of the worst hangover you've ever had and then add the angriest member of the Taliban that you know. If you don't know an angry member of the Taliban, any regular member of the Taliban will do for this story. They're basically all the same. But it's important to remember that story about the car bomb when I tell you about this man who did not enjoy that joke. One night I got off stage, an Afghan man who was in the audience actually pulled me aside, told me just how much he hated that joke, and how his country had been at war with the United States for more than 20 years. And in that moment I felt something. Here was a man pouring his heart out, clearly angry at me after losing friends and family, fighting in the forever war. And all I could help but think in that moment was, God, I hope I didn't park next to this guy. I was not ready for that movie sequel. Give it up for yourselves for hanging in there for that. As a result of that, now suffer from short-term memory loss, which means my life is just a giant game of hide-and-go-seek that I'm currently losing to my car keys. It can be tough dealing with short-term memory loss at such a young age, but it has its perks. It made getting over my ex pretty easy. It made getting back with her even easier. She was like a completely new person the next day. It's true. I've actually forgotten the rest of that joke. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, I'll just do one more. This is super embarrassing right now. I was doing so good. Oh, this is good. Let me try this one. I suffer from short-term memory loss. That's going to do it for me. I'm Clay Beyersdorfer. You guys ready to get straight? All right, please help me welcome your next comedian on stage. Very funny local dude, a good buddy of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Jake Beckman.
Keep clapping for Clay.